All right, this is part 3 of Just Out. Oh, wait, that's my old podcast intro. This is just shit my mom did. Now, if you're new to this fucking channel and new to this series, I used to do a podcast called Just Out of My Mother's Basement and Into Your Heart. It had nothing to actually to do with my mom, though. It was just a play on words because usually if you're a big wrestling fan or you're just like, you know, into a weird subculture in the overall nerd fucking umbrella, you get jokes every now and then. Oh, you still live in your mother's basement. And I feel like it's meant to be treated as like a really major insult, but I personally rent a fucking house and I live with my girlfriend, so it's never really had an effect on me. But when I used to do a podcast, I always thought a cool name for it would be out of my mother's basement and into your heart. Just because it was a cheeky reference and I talked about wrestling on there. And people were like, oh, wrestling, that's so lame. But at the same time, you know how many people watch UFC and pay $60 a fucking weekend just to watch a fucking fighter that they don't even really generally care about outside of fucking watching them fight? Or the vice versa, where they pay for every pay-per-view, watch all the prelims, watch the post-fight interviews. Like, they actually are a UFC nerd. They know the fucking stats, the weights, like all these things, and they'll call somebody else a nerd. But it's like, dude, like, how much research have you done into UFC? Like, you're a little fucking MMA nerd. Anyways, what a way to intro the show, right? This is supposed to be just shit my mom did, not me fucking ranting about fucking other fan bases. Anyway, for the most part though, all fan bases are fucking breeding grounds of idiocracy, and that leads me to my next point, the fucking biggest idiot I know. This is Just Shit My Mom Did part 3. So I don't know about you guys, but if you ever fucking have your winter, or your power go out during the winter, and you know, it's fucking like minus fucking 4 out, or it's snowing, and all of a sudden the fucking wind starts blowing, and boom, blackout in the fucking house. So that happened to me this one year, and I'm going to tell you what fucking happened. And this shit's kind of fucking hilarious. This is like, for anyone who's new here and wasn't in the fucking text format and is now in the audio format, this is the cult fucking classic. This was the original fan favorite. This one's probably going to get a little bit more hype than the rest today, just because of the feedback alone. Alright, I think I've done enough build. Let's get into the story. So, a power goes out at my house, and me and my brothers all come out of our bedrooms like, oh, you know, mom, power's out, and she's gonna be like, well, no shit, Sherlock, you know, support a fucking mom at her best. And she's like, all right, kids, well, throw on your fucking jackets, put on your fucking, you know, your toques and stuff, and we'll all hang out in the living room with the candles until the power's back on. And they're like, you know, well, okay, I guess good idea. So the only problem was my mom had the only lighter because she's the only smoker in the fucking house, and she had one of those like old-fashioned like jet lighters, and it was out of butane. So Ferg, in a fucking power outage, Ferg's my fucking stepdad, he has to drive down to a fucking store, get some fucking candles, drive all the way back, get butane, you know, the whole shebang. Well, if you're going to the store to get fucking butane, might as well get extra candles and lighters too, right? Ba-dum-bum. That being said, Ferg comes back with the butane, and I'm gonna have to interrupt myself once again for a little bit of a little flavor story, a story within a story.